Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. Ooh, that was my stomach growling. Back in March, I had some friends. There were five of them. I think there were five. I think I go back and forth between five and six, but five had requests of me. They were struggling with the byproducts of the coronavirus. They were struggling with the shutdown. They were struggling with isolation. They were struggling with working from home. Um, one of them struggled with having to go out every day in fear. And they said, if I could just hear from you, I would be okay. So I started sharing these stories as a way of communicating with them. So no matter what time of day they needed to hear from me, they could go to their social media platform and just hear a story. Some would listen in the morning and then play it again at night. Some would listen just at night. Well, those five friends told two friends, and they told two friends, and so on and so on and so on. And suddenly I was hearing from people from all over the world about these stories. I do them in my sewing room where I would also be getting up in the morning and making masks. And yes, we're still making masks. My niece is a nurse. We follow the CDC guidelines. We use the best of materials. All of that happens. And then I have all my other work. Um, some days this looks really easy. And it is looking easy. It is not easy. Sometimes the stories go deep from within, and sometimes the stories are something that make me laugh, but remember a time that was most difficult or that needs to be echoed. But every day, I have to climb my stairs to get here. And I have mobility stuff, MS. That means many, many other things to my lungs and to my life and to my existence. And I have friends who say, don't say that out loud. Don't claim that. Don't talk about that. And I didn't for many years. And then I remembered in scripture that every time somebody wanted to be healed, they had to say, why? I mean, people would come limping to Jesus, and Jesus was like, what do you want? I was like, come on, Jesus is obvious. But there's something about saying out loud what it is so that you can be healed. Some days it would take less time to tell the story than it took to climb the stairs. But I felt that as long as I was doing something to help people who were trying to climb their own stairs, who were struggling through depression, who were struggling through the loneliness. There are many studies that show the impact of loneliness on health. And it's a big, big thing. And it affects all of us, black and white and rich and poor. Our mental well-being is critical. And sometimes our mental well-being is tied to our physical well-being. And so every day I climbed those stairs. And I knew that the more I did it, the better I'd get at it. Not just telling the story, because I started and continue this way. I just got on here talking to my five friends with no makeup on. And then I discovered there were many, many people watching these videos, and I still don't put on any makeup. I just come up here with my hand sanitizer because I'm going to wipe my face in my stories. Today, though, I was walking up the stairs, and it occurred to me that I wasn't walking 1 foot at a time. It occurred to me that I was walking up the stairs. I had to sit here for a while. I had to pray. I had to say a word of gratitude out loud. And yes, I danced. Because I think that if you walk with purpose, you collide with destiny. But more than that, I think that if you do what you are meant to do consistently with love and the force of love behind you, it is not only healing for you, but it's healing for everybody around you. The only person I can change is me. And when I change, I illuminate a pathway for others to follow. Too often, though, people don't want to change. They don't want to work on them. They want you to change. I'm amazed at how many people want to tell me how to do this. And then I ask, ooh, how many days have you done? Because if you had to sit before this camera and just talk into it, you'd realize that it's not an easy feat. But when you do anything consistently and lovingly, you can make it look easy. So yesterday, as I watched my daughter come up the steps with a box of something and a bundle of something and a phone in the other hand, and she didn't use the handrail, I looked at her and I just said, goals. And today when I noticed left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, I was tempted to let go of the handrail. And that same sweet voice said, don't get crazy. Maybe this whole thing is about us going inside to heal the things within ourselves that needs to be healed. The broken heart, the loneliness, the bad relationship, the sense of superiority and entitlement, the racism that lives within our minds and in our heart, the inferiority that we have put upon ourselves. Use this time to heal yourself. And then when we come back together, we get to climb the steps and dance. I love you. I do.